How to do y'all? Tables here. It's been a little while. It's been a couple weeks. Took a little break. But we are back with the Balance Manifesto. So there's a lot to unpack here. Well, maybe not a lot, but at least a fair amount. Oh no, please don't gut my carrying golem. I was really I haven't seen this. And oh man, I'm nervous. Path of Exile is a game about finding items to improve your character. Minion builds historically get most of their power from their gems, yes. Didn't have many strong options to benefit from finding better items. I mean, yes and no. There's some items that have big benefits for minions. We all know this. The goal of these changes is to improve the variety of viable minion builds. Thumbs up, love that. But also make minion builds more reliant on items. I don't know how I feel about this. Problem, there are limited options to invest in minion-related stats on player gear, meaning that their base stats have to be inflated to compensate. This leads to most minion builds caring too little about itemization and also limits the potential to scale high-end minion builds with better items. I don't know if I see that as a problem. There are tons of minion builds that you can scale just to insane amounts of damage. It's wild. I saw a carrion minion build the other day that was 180 million DPS. What the fuck? Lower minion base life and damage. That's gross. But provide more ways for players to invest in minions on their own gear, allowing minion damage and survivability to each be higher than previously possible for a character with strong items. The damage and life scaling values for minions have been adjusted. This affects all minions other than Ray Spectre. Okay, that's a positive. Though the damage of Animate Guardian, Animate Weapon, Blink Arrow, Mirror Arrow minions is also unaffected as they gain base damage from items instead. Okay. Generally speaking, minion life and damage is unchanged in the very early game, roughly 30% lower in the mid-axe. Damn! Holy shit. And roughly 20% lower at level 20. Holy moly. Roughly 10% lower at level 30. The base life and damage of minions are not associated. Wait, no, hold on. The base life and damage of minions that are not associated with the skill gems have been adjusted to counteract these changes, except for Ray Spiders from R. Colley's Fang. So essentially, every minion build across the board is nerfed. Just at base value. That kind of sucks. Because that's one of the best things. That was one of the best things about minions is that they're incredible league starters, right? Because all you need is gem levels, resists, life, and defenses, and you're off to the races, right? So now this is a pretty major hit, and this kind of worries me too. To be higher than previous possible. So technically, they're buffing minions, but only at a certain threshold, right? And that might or might not be an issue. I don't know yet. Because most of the people that get hundreds of millions of DPS, their damage is going to go up, right? Because they're crafting the 50 exalt chests or the 200 exalt gloves. The stuff that 99.9% of PoE players never, ever will achieve. And they're buffing that. And they're lowering, it seems to me, at least based off, but, we'll just, I'll just shut up. We'll just keep reading. The level of monster created by the Ray Spectre skill has been lowered. Though remains unchanged at gym level 1, it now creates a level 70 monster at gym level 20. Previously was 72, and a level 76 monster at level 25. Previously was 77, so that got nerfed a little bit, i.e., less health, right? Because it's a lower monster level. Added a new ring type. Okay. Bone ring. This ring has an implicit minion elemental resistance modifier and can roll increased. Oh, sorry, I went to the wrong one. And can roll minion related modifiers. Oh shit. That is interesting that they use that as the implicit. Right? Because generally speaking, like minion elemental resists is not that hard to get. Right? Especially when we're taking into account this minion resistance wheel, right? We get these 3 points gets us maxed everything. Everything. Including chaos. Well, maybe not chaos. I think chaos is like 60, 65%. So you really don't need much, right? And even without it, I'm fucking overcapped on resistances. And that is without this wheel, right? So that ring is kind of I don't know how I feel about it. It seems kind of like a waste. Right at that point, like I would rather invest in personal defenses than my minions because my minions are already going to survive. Um, as far as resistances go, but I guess the kicker is that it rolls minion related modifiers, and since they're reducing the life and damage, it's almost I would bet that it's almost going to be mandatory that you have at least one, maybe two bone rings that roll minion life, minion damage, minion speed, minion this, minion that. And yeah, so I don't know. We'll see. Bone, ivory, and fossilized spirit shields are now found with a minions deal increased damage implicit modifier, previously increased spell damage, and can roll minion related modifiers. Okay, that's very interesting. That is kind of nice because like I don't know. Do you like right now? I use a shield that's for personal defense, right? And so now I feel like because we're gonna have to find mods that buff our minions, we're gonna have to sacrifice a lot of personal defense, like personal character defense, to make up for what was taken, right? And so while our minions will be stronger, we will not be as a character. Right, and I think I kind of take I kind of take a little bit of issue for that, right? So just to get back up to what we were, to what we are now before the balance change, I have to use these new items and sacrifice my own character defense to get back up to where I was one patch ago. I don't know, dude. I'm not feeling it. As a result of these implicit modifier changes, the Mana Storm unique shield is now a Lacewood Spirit Shield. Okay. 2 new wand base types. Okay. Calling Wand and Covening Wand. These base types are level 20 and level 50 equivalents of the Convoking. Oh, fuck yeah. That's fucking badass. And can roll minion related modifiers. Some of the new minion related modifiers have been added to the available pool for wands. Some existing modifiers have been adjusted and or made more common. Hey, that's huge. I love that. That's this right here is fantastic. Helmets can no longer roll +1 to 3 level of socketed minion gems. Instead, they can roll 1 to 2 level of all minion skill gems. Holy shit. Wow, that's fucking kind of wild. That's huge. Holy moly, crafting these helmets, you're going to be so rich. You're going to be so rich now. 1 to 2 levels of all minion skill, that is huge. The vendor recipe for this helm with a +1 level of socketed minion modifier has been replaced with a new recipe. So the +1's not going to be worth shit, but the +2, you know, with an accoutrement of mods, going to be really nice. It's going to be very expensive. Okay, that's massive. I love this. These 2 changes, amazing. Absolutely amazing. Okay, I'm starting to feel a lot better about them taking taking some like mid-level, some low mid-level power out and just backloading it, right? Because it like originally when I saw this strong items, I was thinking like, fuck, dude, I'm gonna have to make like 6 pieces of gear that cost me 50 exalts to be able to get back to as strong as I was before. But that doesn't seem like it's the case. It is now possible to obtain +2 to level of socketed minion gems as a corrupted implicit modifier in helmets, body armors, gloves, and boots. Hot damn! Ooh, love that. Damn, this is nice. Ghastly Eye Jewels have had their modifier pools updated. Okay, that's nice. And the Indomitable Army notable passive skill no longer has minions have 50% increased maximum life. Which is this notable right here. Oh, that's kind of a bummer. This is like one of your strongest notables for Act 1 and 2. Even in the Act 3. This single notable is the reason that you can run minions early. Hands down, no question about it. So the fact that they're nerfing that is honestly a pretty sizable hit to the early game. The small passive skills in the Grave Intentions cluster now provide minions have 8% increased maximum life instead of minions have minions have 10% to all elemental resistances. So yeah, we're gonna have to pick up this wheel. 100% gonna have to pick up this wheel. Yeah, so you're still gonna get chaos res, but you're not gonna get Ellie res, which is fine. Because as I showed you here, like we're fully capped on Ellie resist. And so in like let's say we take it right, we're almost fully capped on chaos res, right? And truthfully, like people who take this are only taking it for the chaos res. Because quite frankly, the Ellie res it's just not needed. So that's actually great. So this is where we're going to get our minion life. It'll drop from here. That'll make this less valuable and this more valuable. I mean, I think it's still going to be worth taking both, depending on what masteries you're going to go for. So yeah, I think that's a solid change. It makes this wheel a lot more valuable. A lot more. Okay, cool. I'm liking it so far. This half garbage. Like this half pog. Very nice. Sub minion skills are clear outliers in terms of inherent power. So they become the default choice in many minion focused builds. Reduce the power of a couple of overperforming minion builds and increase the power of others, with the goal of providing more minion options that feel good to play. These changes are in addition to the global minion changes detailed above. I'm nervous. Please do not kill my carrion golem. I'm begging you. Sentinels of Absolution. No way they nerfed Absolution. Now deal approximately 25% less damage at gym level 1. Hot damn. Scaling to approximately 5% less damage at level 20. The player version of the skill now has +0 radius at level 1 and +6 at level 20. Both the player and minion versions of this skill now have 6% base critical. Oh, so they increased the crit. Okay. The regular minion skill has 180% effectiveness of added damage, and the empowered version now has 130. Okay. Animate Guardian minion attacks now deal XXX physical damage. So that was a pretty solid buff. Ooh, big buff at level 20. Holy shit. Animate Weapon now costs 4 mana and had its in 16 previously was 12, so they increased the mana cost of Animate Weapon. Herald of Agony, the crawler now gains 2% increased attack speed per virulence. You have a gym level 1 unchanged up to 4%, so it got a buff, a very minor buff. Herald of Purity, Sentinels of Purity now deal approximately 15% more damage at all levels. Holy moly. Sentinel's Crusade Slam skill now has a 5-second cooldown and a 100% more area of effect. Okay, nice. So this might actually be something we can look into. Bro, am I gonna play minions again this league? Holy shit. Summon Phantasm. Honestly, one of my favorite support gems like in the world. I love it. Summon Phantasms now deal approximately 20% more damage at all gem levels. Supported skills now have a 20% chance to summon a Phantasm. When supported skill or non-Phantasm minion from supported skills hit a rare or unique enemy, that's going to make uptime so much nicer. Cool. So Summon Phantasm actually kind of pog. Like it. I like it a lot. Okay, Ray Zombie, the bread and butter of every single minion build. Gem quality no longer grants 20% increased movement speed. Sag now costs 9 mana and why did they remove this minion speed? Like, why would they do that? Okay, it's weird. It's a weird change. All right, Summon Carrion Golem. Please don't fuck me. Gem quality no longer grants 20% increased minion max life. Really sad. But with enough leech, carrying golems stay alive regardless, so it's whatever. Now has 30% more base life at all levels. Okay, that's pog. And now has 0% increased maximum life and 38%. Wow, interesting. Okay, so I mean, essentially, carrying golem's good. You know, we just gear properly. The gem has the same amount of damage. It's just the base has been like massacred, and we gain that damage back on gear, and hopefully don't sack all of our personal defense. So I think carrying golem is still on the table, but I'm going to have to do a lot of crafting in the POB to get a gear set available because this is now officially untested. Okay, here we go. Summon Raging Spirit no longer has minions gain 50% lettuce. Lettuce. What the fuck did I say? Lettuce. Less attack damage. Minions now deal 0% more damage at gem level 1 and 38% more at gem level 20. Minion base life is now 20% higher at all levels. Now costs 4 mana, unchanged at level 1, and 16 at level 20, which means it costs more at max level, which is kind of annoying. Helmet chance that grant a chance to summon extra minions now grant a 60% chance from the Merciless Labyrinth and a 24% chance from the Eternal. That's kind of nice. So this looks like Summon Raging Spirits is getting a pretty massive buff, which is kind of cool. Unfortunately, this is annoying as fuck to play, and I hate it. But we might make a build. Who knows? Let's see. Summon Raper. This minion, in my opinion, is fucking ass and is trash and it needs a full rework, in my opinion. And I hate the way it plays. I can't fucking stand it. Pardon my French. The buff granted when consuming a minion no longer grants 40% increased damage. It now grants 40% increased attack speed. So they nerfed the damage but doubled the attack speed. And they doubled the movement speed, which is really amazing. And now grants 30% increased area of effect. And the slash attack now has an added damage effectiveness of 150%. Previously was 250. I still think that I'm pretty sure this is still going to be fucking straight ass. It plays like shit. It clears like shit. The single target's mediocre, decent at best. This it really doesn't change anything. It's still garbage. Summon Skeletons no longer has minions gain 50% more added damage. Skeletal mages now deal approximately 5% less, and scaling to approximately 25% less at gem level 20. Now costs 5 mana and 16. So they increased the mana of all the all the minions, pretty much across the board, it seems. Skeletons got hit pretty fucking hard, which is really sad. Damn. Damn, so Carrion's still in a good spot. Looks like all the golems got buffed. Holy Relic and Raging Spirit got buffed. Reaper is still shit. Skeletons got nerfed. Absolution nerfed. Agony and Purity buffed. Phantasm buffed. It's this weird, bizarre change on Ray Zombie. Like, I don't even know why they would do this. Like, it's just such a strange change to make on zombies, but that's whatever. Because minions are monsters, they inherit some stats from monsters that can significantly affect build choices and power. As these stats are not detailed anywhere in the game, they are a cause of confusion for a lot of players, as well as rendering minion ailment builds near impossible except for minions specifically designed around them. This is very true. The large damage bonus is granted by minions by frenzy and power charges also crowd out alternative options, especially for shield itemization with necromantic aegis and utility focused specters. Split potentially confusing monster stats into minion and non-minion versions. Oh, yeah, I guess that kind of makes sense. Minions can no longer have hidden penalties to bleeding, ignite, poison. Summon Reaper no longer has a hidden bonus to bleeding damage that counteracted this penalty. As a result, minions now deal approximately twice as much poison damage, 3.5 times as much ignite damage, and 7 times as much bleeding damage? What the fuck? Minions now, wow, this is crazy. Ignite Raging Spirit? Wow, this is wild. Minions now gain the same bonuses from endurance, frenzy, and power charges as players do, rather than significantly elevated bonuses that other monsters gain. Oh, this is kind of garbage, though. Ugh. I mean, goodbye, chieftain and host specters. I mean, shit. Just having host gets just having a host specter getting 3 power charges. I mean, that's upwards of 60 to 65% crit just off the rip, right? So that got nerfed into the freaking ground. Holy moly. That's such a massive change for minion builds. Damn. And so to make up for this loss, you're going to have to be some kind of an ailment build. Right? So poison. Hot damn, dude. That's crazy. So now you could do poison, you could do an occultist build. Yeah. They'll do twice as much poison damage. Do like a cultist occultist carrying golem like I did earlier. You could do occultist. I mean, honestly, summon raging spirit would be a really good one too. And just have them just be like a fizz convert with triad grip with a ton of attack speed and multi strike. I mean, you could just pump out so many hits, which would deal it would just stack your poison to an insane amount. Like I'm pretty sure on my carrying golem build for occultist, I got my poison duration up to 10%. Now the issue with that is that your boss damage is awful, and your minion survivability is awful. But that's not the case now, right? Because we can get those mods elsewhere. Minion poison builds are going to be pretty hot, I think. I'm thinking pretty hot, as will Ignite. I think Ignite's going to be pretty nutty too, which is going to be very interesting because there are some notables in the passive tree and in cluster jewels that deal with fire damage. As far as bleeding, fuck, I don't know enough to really speak competently about it, but I can do some research. So, investing in Minion Critical Strike has always been very niche manner for some time now, but it has been fully supported build option. It has never been a fully supported build option. Additionally, the removal of a large amount of potential crit strike chance from power charges in the above change would render critical minion builds near impossible without further changes. Oh, so glad they're addressing this. It made me very nervous. Add more sources of minion critical investment. These changes are not intended to fully compensate for the lost critical strike chance from power charges, but instead to more than make up for the lost damage via the addition of multiple sources of minion crit strike multi. So Spirit Offerings getting changed, which is nice. Minion have 100% increased critical chance. Offensive matcher has been replaced with an option that provides minions have 30% increased area of effect. That's disgustingly gross. Include a family of crit strike chance modifiers available on wands, shields, and a family of crit multi modifier. Okay, that's cool. Oh no. The Necromancer's Unnatural Strength notable passive skill is extremely strong for almost all minion builds due to how well minion skills scale with gem level. This skill makes it hard to justify using other ascendancy classes for minion builds. Solution: change Unnatural Strength to provide less universally acceptable stats and allow more access to minion gem levels on items instead, as detailed above, i.e., the helmet. Instead, it now grants minions unholy might. Oh man, look how they gutted my boy. Oh man, Necromancer just got gut punched. Oh no. Oh my gosh, that makes my fucking stomach hurt. That's so sad. Well, rip Necro. I mean, Necro's still gonna be good. Obvi, it's still gonna be fine because you still have like there's still some good stuff in Necro, right? Like especially Mistress of Sacrifice, huge. Commander of Darkness, like big, huge. And honestly, Commander of Darkness is a lot of the reason that we don't need the 10% to all LE resists, right? If you were a cultist, you would definitely need to be searching for that lack of resist, right? Um, so as far as I'm concerned, I would just based off my generic carrying golem build, like this goes away, right? That this I just wouldn't take this anymore. Just as a general, rule, right? And just this alone is 600,000 DPS. Like this guts my DPS. It's really kind of sad. Um, it makes me very sad. But it is what it is. So I think I'm gonna end it here. I'm just gonna put this video up as the Balanced Manifesto minion changes. Because like there are so many minion changes going on right now. And they're so sweeping. I think I'm just probably gonna play Minion again this league and try to do some wacky stuff. And just kind of see where it takes me because we're not gonna be pigeonholed by Necro anymore, right? We can really venture out and use some other ascendancies to see what kind of crazy builds we can come up with. I'm I'm excited about the minion changes, but I'm also kind of nervous. I mean, they're gutting the base values by so much. I'm really concerned that I'm going to have to sacrifice personal protection of my character and its defenses to bring my minions to a spot where they're going to be able to be competent. I don't know. It just kind of worries me. I'm going to go through the Balance Manifesto like meticulously, and then obviously we're gonna have the full patch notes coming in a couple weeks, and then I'm gonna start POBing. And my first thought is a poison is a poison minion league starter, and or Herald of Agony. That's my first thought. So we'll see, but that's it. These are the changes to minions. Some good, some bad, some really good, some really bad. And yeah, I will see you guys in the next video. Hopefully, it doesn't take me another 2 weeks to upload. But with the new league coming out, I am quite sure that you guys will see me again. And for anyone that's been following on the Discord, I appreciate all you guys' votes on the path on the PoE builds build competition. It's unfortunate that I didn't make first place, but we did beat out a whole bunch of really awesome builds with a build that just was pretty budget as far as I'm concerned. So to those that voted, I appreciate it. I am thinking of doing another build for the build competition, the next one, and maybe we'll take top after that. So, anyways, that's it for me. You guys be good. Take care of yourselves, and I will talk to you guys soon.